is we have breaking and significant news, everybody. I'm asking you folks to watch this video and take action, action, action. That's going to be the theme of tonight's video because things are happening very quickly right now on the Second Amendment Preservation Act, and we have a real potential to get this bill on the floor of the House tomorrow. So I am going to drop a link into the comment section immediately so that you guys can all see this and take action. There it is. I just dropped it into the comment section. But as everybody knows, it is lame duck session. And right now, if you're going to watch this video, please check in the comment section and let me know where you guys are checking in from. Again, I'm Chris Dorr. I'm the director here for Ohio Gun Owners. We've been working this entire legislative General Assembly, the 135th General Assembly, to pass the Ohio Second Amendment Preservation Act. We've done a lot of work on it. The bill is out of committee, and we're in lame duck session now. As everybody knows, this bill has been held up in the House Rules Committee after it got put out or voted out of. Let me hold on just a second here. Hello? No, I'm live, so I gotta go. Sorry, folks. Had to make sure that my audio. If you guys are having audio problems, let me know in the comment section so I can restart this live feed. So big stuff is happening right now on the Ohio Second Amendment Preservation Act. Okay, you can hear it from the car. Excellent. Big stuff is happening right now in the Ohio Second Amendment Preservation Act. We have the potential to get a floor vote on this tomorrow in tomorrow's legislative session. Tomorrow's legislative session is scheduled to start at 11 o'clock in the morning. So we are urging people to contact your state representatives immediately and ask them to insist that they vote yes on the Second Amendment Preservation Act. I don't know what form it's going to come up in. Is it going to come to the floor as a standalone bill, as House Bill 51? Is the bill going to come to the floor as an amendment in the form of an amendment to another piece of legislation? I don't know. All of these are possibilities right now that we are considering here at Ohio Gun Owners. Okay, so this is a big opportunity for us. This is the closest we've ever gotten to getting a floor vote. And there is time right now for this bill to get pushed out of the Senate. So I am asking everybody for the next 12 hours, well, not 12 hours, for the next 18 hours to click the link in this video and get in touch with your state representatives and urge them to vote yes on the Second Amendment Preservation Act, whether it's run as a bill or as an amendment to another piece of legislation. There is another gun bill that is working its way through the Ohio General Assembly. It's a bill by Senator Tim Schaefer, or not, I'm sorry, not Tim Schaefer, Terry Johnson. Sadly, it seems like it's the only bill that is being considered right now in the Ohio House. Okay. They have not considered a variety of gun bills. And so whenever a gun bill comes through the Ohio House right now, it's our obligation as a gun rights organization to make sure that we get a vote on our legislation as well. So that's a possibility. We don't know what's going to happen yet. There might be an amendment run on that bill as well. So, all I'm asking for you folks to do is take aggressive action between now and tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock in the morning. This is one of our last chances. This is one of the last times that the Ohio House is going to be meeting in the 135th General Assembly. I very much doubt they will be back after Christmas. So that means we've got a small window here to get this bill over the line and sent over to the Senate and done. All right. Keep in mind what we're up against here. For those of you who don't know, what SAPA is a simple bill. It simply says that Ohio law enforcement cannot be used or commandeered by the feds to enforce federal gun control laws. Now, 2 months ago, that was a much bigger problem than it is currently in Ohio, simply because Joe Biden was the president, and I guess technically he still is on paper. But there was the real threat that Kamala Harris might become the next president of the United States. And she made absolutely, she made it very, very clear that they were going to ratchet up their war on the Second Amendment big time. So a lot of people have been asking is, why do we want to pass this bill now? This bill makes it to the Ohio cops can never enforce federal gun control laws. We don't know who the president-elect is going to be 4 years from now, or 8 years from now, or 12 years from now. This bill is about utilizing the pro-gun majorities that were elected in 2022 to deliver on their campaign promises to fight for and defend the Second Amendment rights of Ohioans in this General Assembly. The good news is, if they do it now, we won't have to do this the next time there's a Democrat gets elected to the White House, or the next time the Democrats or the radical left takes over total control of Congress. This bill is about future-proofing the freedoms of Ohioans from future federal encroachment. We don't want to be in the situation where, you got ATF running gun confiscation task forces that they're partnering up with Columbus Police Department or Cleveland Police Department or Cincinnati Police Department. We don't want to start addressing that issue then. We want this issue to be done so that they are never able to participate in those kinds of task forces. This bill is ready for prime time. This bill made it out of the House Government Oversight Committee. This bill has accounted for all of the problems that were found in the Missouri version of this bill. Missouri was the first state to pass this bill in 2022, I believe it was. The federal courts have made some statements about the Missouri version of this bill. We think that bill will ultimately survive a Supreme Court Supreme Court case against it. But we have made changes to the Ohio version that totally sidesteps all of the Joe Biden administration's problems with it. It strips the law down, does a far more elegant job of defending your Second Amendment freedom simply by saying, we're not going to get into the weeds on this. We're just going to say that Ohio cops are going to enforce Ohio laws when it comes to guns. The bill is fantastic. It's ready to go. So what we're asking people to do right now is click that link, get in touch with your state representative, and tell them to vote yes on any amended, on any version of SAPA that is offered as an amendment to another existing bill. Okay. Again, this stuff is moving very quickly right now, and there's a very small time window. So we're asking folks, get in the fight, get in on this right now. Don't take any crap from your legislators about how the law enforcement associations are opposed to this bill either. I want to make something very clear here. The FOP, the Fraternal Order of Police, and the Buckeye State Sheriff's Association have testified and opposed every single pro-gun bill that we've passed in the last 5 years. Going back much further than Ohio Gun Owners has even existed, the FOP and these organizations opposed even concealed carry back in 2004. We don't have to worry about their opposition to the bill because they're a bunch of gun-grabbing commies who oppose every restoration of gun rights. All right. And as I was talking with one legislator earlier today, this is going to make your blood boil. But these corrupt organizations, which don't reflect the beat cops on the street that actually love gun rights, they love Second Amendment supporters, they love people like you and me when we carry firearms to defend ourselves against thugs and criminals. These associations don't represent those people anymore. But here's the nasty underbelly. Just last week, the Ohio General Assembly fully funded the pensions of all of those gun grabbers at the FOP and at these law enforcement associations. Okay, so they got everything that they wanted financially. So the taxpayers are on the hook for that. And these associations also want to kill off all of the restorations of your gun rights, all of the gun bills that protect your right to keep and bear arms. That's what these scumbags are trying to do. They want you to be paying for their retirements, and they don't want you to be able to defend yourself against tyrannical gun control laws. So we need to put the pressure on the General Assembly now and force this vote tomorrow. Thank you, Jerry. He says, done. Brian Lynn Andrick says, checking in from Uniontown. So please click the link that we have in the comment section right here and contact your state representative and tell them to vote yes on House Bill 51. Tell them to vote yes on SAPA if it's offered as an amendment. We have it on good authority that this bill will be offered as an amendment. Okay. We've been working on making that happen hardcore here at Ohio Gun Owners. Gun owners, again, have elected great, big, huge pro-gun majorities in the 2016 elections, the 2018 elections, the 2020 elections, the 22 elections, which are covering these legislators now. And again, we've done it again in the 2024 elections. These people owe you. This General Assembly, you got a lot of these big Republican-friendly people there. They have doled out millions and millions and billions of dollars to special interest groups all across the state of Ohio, and they haven't done anything for you. They have not done anything in the 2022 or the 2023 and 2024 Ohio legislative sessions to protect your freedoms from federal tyranny, even though we've had Joe Biden in the White House and his Department of Injustice launching attacks against our gun rights every day. So if you get one of your Republican legislators on the phone tonight and they sit there and start saying that their sheriff or their police chief or their whatever says that this is a bad bill, tell them to stick that right where the sun doesn't shine, because they have done nothing to defend your gun rights. And meanwhile, those associations have opposed and tried to block every single gun rights bill in the last 25 years here in Ohio. So if you have a Republican trying to lecture you about this stuff on the phone tonight or in the emails or whatever, keep that in mind, and maybe you should consider running for office in 2 years, because some of these people, and we saw it again tonight, Rob Nisey, our political director, sitting right over there at his desk. We're putting in the hours here at Ohio Gun Owners tonight to make sure this stuff has every chance of succeeding. And we saw it today at the Ohio State House as they were getting out of their legislative session, their voting session in the Ohio House. There was a string quartet high dollar fundraiser slash lobbyist reception going on right down in the rotunda. And all those legislators go right down there and get their cocktails and they get their champagne and they listen to that string quartet as whatever association was putting that on walks all around them and says, hey, we need you to pass funding for our pet project. They all line up to do it using your tax dollars. They think they're kings. They think that you work for them, but it's the other way around. It's the other way around. They owe this bill to you and me for everything we've done to make sure that the gun grabbers don't have power in Ohio. Plain and simple. Stuff makes me upset, folks. This is our freedoms. We're not going up there, and I said this in a video that I released earlier today. We're not going up there asking for taxpayer money. We are insisting that they do the job that they campaigned and promised they would do back in 2022 and restore our freedoms and protect our freedoms against thugs and tyrants and criminals. Sometimes the tyrants are criminal tyrants. They wrap everything all together in one. But this is what we need to do. So thank you for all of you who are taking action right now. I'm going to ask you to do it again tomorrow morning. Please save this link, bookmark it, and get on the phone with them tomorrow morning and contact your reps and tell them to vote yes on SAPA. There's a lot of people sitting there feeling fat and sassy on the House floor today. As I look down on them for a minute. I actually like that, Rob. Look down on them for a minute. As I look down on them for a minute, there's a lot of them sitting there feeling fat and sassy, and they haven't done anything for you. They've done a lot for all these other special interest groups, but they haven't done anything for you. And you are the people that go and elect them to these positions. I am sick and tired of every one of these bastards that sits there and pretends that you work for them. It's not that way. This is, we live in a republic. We confer our power to them. They're supposed to represent us in state government. They're not supposed to represent the special interest groups back to we the people. So Don't take their crap. Get them on the phone. Tell them to do the jobs they were elected to do and pass SAPA, whether it's a standalone bill or very likely, more likely, as an amendment to another piece of legislation. Folks, that's all I've got for tonight. Thank you for watching this video. Please share it with all of your friends, your real ones and your social media ones. Ask them to get in the fight. Ask them to click this link as well. This link is universal. It can be used by anybody in the state of Ohio, and they can be instantly put in touch with their state representatives as well. Many hands make light work, and I would love to be back here tomorrow night shooting a video saying it's time to put pressure on the Senate to get this thing done. So thank you for all you're doing. Wendell Thomas is checking in from Laddie, Ohio. It's good to see you here, Wendell. I'm just wrapping it up. We got to get on to the next project here yet tonight at Ohio Gun Owners Headquarters in Lancaster, Ohio. But thank you for letting us fight for you. I'll be back at the State House tomorrow with more live updates. Be watching your social media channels right here and on X. We're on Facebook. We're on X. We're on a lot of different platforms right now. But particularly watch us on Facebook and on X because that's where we'll be doing live updates fast and furious. Also be watching your emails because Rob is cranking them out like crazy. So let's get in it, folks. Let's not let up. Let's not get weary. Let's not grow faint. This is our time. These are our rights, and these are our kids and grandkids who are depending on us to get this job done. So thank you for watching. I'll be back.